Hey, thanks for stopping by today. What I have here is a big rump roast. I believe this one was 6.5 pounds. I'm going to cut off some of this excess fat. And what I have planned for this rump roast is I'm actually going to can tomorrow. I got it on sale for $1.99 a pound. And I don't know about where you live, but I haven't seen it on sale for that in a while. And I like, rump roast is not as fatty as, let's say, chuck roast. Chuck roast has a lot of marbling through it, and I don't want to can chuck roast. But I want to be able to, this winter, just pull out a jar of roast that I can put some carrots and potatoes and celery and onions with, and boom, I've got a really slow-cooked, nice meal. None of this is going to go to waste because my dogs, I'm fixing to make them some rice and veggies, and I'll just put this beef fat in there. They'll enjoy it. It's not enough to hurt them. So I'm just cutting away all this sinew, and I don't want fat or any more fat than necessary in my sitting in the top of my canning jar. And normally I raw pack, but tomorrow when I do this, I'm going to have my jars all ready. I have a 7:15 meeting in the morning, go get my nails done, and then I'll come back and do some canning. Normally, like I said, I raw pack, but I'm going to try, because I've heard really good reviews of if you brown it first. Now, if you brown it, you have to fill the jar, within an inch of headspace with water or bouillon. And anyway, and so I'm going to have to cut this down into manageable pieces that I can get in the jar. Okay, I'm back early, but I wanted to show you, this is, I'm going to guess 10 pounds, because this was the waste off of that I don't want to can, and actually I'm going to pick through it and make it a little leaner for the dogs too. So, I do want to clarify something. I mean, there's chunks of fat throughout the muscles, and that's okay. That's what breaks down and flavors it, and the sinew will break down in that processing time too. 90 minutes in a pressure canner will cook anything completely. Nothing's going to live through that. So I want to get as much flavor into it though as I can, so I'm going to char it on the grill. I'm going to start the cooking process on the grill, so then when I take it out, I've already got it flavored a little bit, just in case I didn't have a whole lot of options. I'll get as much flavoring into my canned goods as possible. So if, in fact, this wasn't a rump roast and they had chuck roast on sale, I still would have bought it. I mean, $1.99 a pound for beef is, and this is good grade A beef. This is, I haven't seen it that cheap in a long time. So I had to take advantage of it, at least put one batch of canned goods away, and we'll see. I think our economic storm is probably not over, and I just hope this inspires you to maybe plan ahead. These are easy meals to do. You open a jar, you add a couple vegetables, and voila, you don't have to wait 3 hours for that meat to break down and be nice and tender. It's already done. So I'm gonna. All right, you guys. Now it's the day after I cut the meat up, and I got the barbecue all ready. I went ahead and roasted these beef bones on the barbecue, and look at this. I have been looking for one of these forever, and I mentioned it to one of the girls at work, and she said, oh my gosh, I have one. I've only used it twice. She goes, we were going to sell it in the garage sale, but I'd rather you have it. So again, I've just been really blessed. What a great thing. Anyhow, I've got my beef stock in there, and I'm just going to add these bones to the mix too. This is, after I get the meat on the barbecue, this is where I'm going to cook it until it's about medium well. And then I can get it packed in the canning jars, and the bouillon that's in here, or the beef broth that's in there, will help flavor the broth and make it more like, all I have to do really after that would be open up a jar, throw some carrots and potatoes together. Alright, you guys, this is the 10 pounds of beef that I'm browning. I'm getting ready to turn it all. I don't know that I can turn it and then keep this on. I just wanted to sear that, give that nice barbecue flavor. I'm not trying to cook it through. I'm going to finish what up my, look how pretty that is. Nice. And it will make the meat more appealing in a jar. Meat in a jar. Alright. We are back in the house. It's really hot out there, I'm telling you. I'm putting this down in my liquid, my stock, broth, whatever you might want to call it. This will further give it some flavor and broth. I only really browned it super good on one side just because I didn't want to lose too much juice out on the barbecue. I just want that barbecue smoky flavor without the, no, I don't want to cook it to death. So, it's going to get plenty of cooking time in the pressure canner. So while this is getting ready, actually I had sterilized my jars already. They're in the dishwasher. And I'm going to go get my canner ready, and I'm going to let this go at 350 for about 30 minutes, and that should get us to a good medium doneness. And like that. I'm so excited. I can't get over how, or what good friends I have. I'm telling you, that was just so nice of them. They were going to have a garage sale. Well, they are going to have a garage sale, and she just decided that I should have it because she knew I would use it. So, not just go to another gadget collector, although I have been classified as a gadget collector. I need a gadget room. Okay, that meat is really good. And there's a bunch of juice here in the bowl, so I'm just going to put the rest of that in there. Check that out. These smell so good. And I tasted that broth, and I am so happy that I took the time to take the long way to get this canned. You know, I was thinking while this has been cooking, and I've been getting my jars all hot in their bath, I was thinking I could have already had this canned last night in a matter of 2 hours, 3 hours, and been done with it. But the difference in the flavors in the long run will be worth it because I will not have to worry about seasoning anything. It's all seasoned. It's all in there. So, anyways, I'm going to get my jars over here on the counter. They're in the water bath counter, and I'm going to get those over here, my hot jars, and pack that meat in there and get to canning. I'm so excited. All right, I am back and getting some meat in these jars. I'm so excited. It'll be really important that you it's going to be kind of a puzzle piece. I may actually need more jars. I did wash extra, so we'll see how it goes. I want to make sure I pack it as well as I can. I'm not going to put any salt in this or any other seasoning. This has plenty from the barbecue flavor, the beef stock. I really believe those bones lend a great deal of flavor to it also. And you're going to pack this with an inch of headspace by the time the broth's in there. And see, there's a big air bubble down here, so definitely want to release it when it comes time to get these going. Try to pack it down as good as I can, but that's why these smaller pieces are good, because they can fill in the gaps. So that's probably going to be it for this one. Of course, I'm going to wipe off my rims and stuff. Get some of this broth in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so excited. I can't wait. Some winter day this year, I'm going to feel like a little bit of beef stew or pot roast. And there you go. All I'm going to have to do is open that jar, and I will have, ooh, that's very hot. I will have exactly what the doctor ordered. So I'm going to go around this jar, make sure all that air, this is really important because it can cause all kinds of problems. But, you know, if you're going to all this trouble, just do the extra work. All right, you guys. It gave me 5 quarts off of, well, purchased 12 pounds, cut off all the fat, you know, cook it down a little bit, and you get 5 quarts. So, but I have a lovely stock over it that was from that meat, and what I'm going to do, it's in the pressure canner here, and I'm going to bring it up to pressure. Once my gauge, or well, actually, I'm going to bring it up to temperature. It will then start venting through this hole at the top. I always check to make sure everything's working well. The gasket looks good. My next thing on the wish list, and anybody could give me one of these, no, is a All-American one that you don't have a gasket. I have 2 of these, and quite frequently I've got 2 of them going at the same time. But today I only have 5 quarts. So once this vents for 10 minutes, that's pushing all the air out of the canner and getting it ready to be pressurized. I live at a high altitude. I will be putting 15 pounds of pressure, and that will can for 90 minutes when it comes up to pressure and the weight is rocking. Okay? And there you go. All right, one more. I can tell you though, it smells amazing, and I think they look fabulous. Ooh, be careful. These are still so very hot. I mean, they're going to boil in these jars probably for another hour or so. That's how pressure canning goes. Pressure canning is so safe. I don't know if you can see that one. Let me pull the blind here. That might make it a little bit better. But that one there, I can see the charred grill marks on there. And over here, yeah. It's going to make a great dinner. I hope this inspires you to do something outside your comfort zone, outside your little box that you're in. And maybe you're not even in one of those little boxes. I know quite frequently I am, and I just need to bust out once in a while. And I challenge you to be more self-reliant, learn how to do some of these back to basic things that our mothers and our grandmothers, or maybe only our grandmothers did, and we didn't get a chance to learn that from firsthand. I know I'm so thankful that I got to learn this, and I had an interest in it. So if I could make this a job, I would be doing it, for sure. Anyway, I hope this inspires you, YouTube, and I hope I see you next time. Please rate and comment on this video, because it is a lot of work to do these.